morning, students. Chapter 2, Kingdom Animalia. In the last class, we have seen about the subphylum Vertebrata. So, subphylum Vertebrata is divided into two divisions, Agnatha and Gnathostomata. Agnatha includes the jawless fish-like aquatic vertebrates without paired appendages, and in Agnatha the notochord persists in the adult. And next division is Gnathostomata. It includes the jawed vertebrates with paired appendages, and notochord is replaced partially or wholly by the vertebral column. Agnatha includes one important class, that is Cyclostomata. Example, Petromyzon. And Gnathostomata includes two superclass, that is Pisces and Tetrapod. So that is jawed fishes, that is Pisces, and Tetrapoda, that is Tetrapoda means that is four-limbed. Tetra means four and poda means limb, so four limbs animals. Example, amphibia, reptilia, aves and mammals. Again the superclass Pisces, it includes all fishes which are essentially aquatic forms with paired fins for swimming and gills for respiration. The Pisces includes the cartilaginous fishes, that is chondrichthyes, and bony fishes, osteichthyes. First we will see about the class Cyclostomata. So Cyclostomata comes under the division Agnatha. Cyclos means circle, stomata means mouth. Why the name Cyclostomata means the mouth is circular in shape. So they are jawless fishes and their mouth is circular in shapes. So their mouth don't have jaws. And if you take the all members of Cyclostomata are primitive. They are very early form animals and simple body plan. Poikilothermic. What do you mean by poikilothermic? Their body temperature changes according to the change in environment. That is called as poikilothermic. And they are jawless aquatic vertebrates. So they don't have the jaw, upper jaw and lower jaw. They don't have jaw on their mouth. And they are ectoparasites on some fishes. So they get attached on some other fishes and sucks the blood of those fishes. So they are ectoparasites. What do you mean by ectoparasites? Parasites which lives on the outer of the body of the host is called as ectoparasites. The body is slender and eel-like, bearing 6 to 15 pairs of slits for respiration. So the body is slender, flexible, and it looks like eel, bearing 6 to 15 pairs of gill slits. So they will be having 6 to 15 pairs of gill slits for respiration. In this picture you can able to see the Petromyzon, example of Cyclostomata. So the mouth is circular without jaws and suctorial. So you can able to see the mouth is circular and it is without jaws and it is suctorial, that is it sucks the blood of other fishes. The heart is two-chambered heart. So the heart is divided into two chambers and circulation is of closed type, that is they have blood vessels through which the blood flows. No paired appendages, though they don't have any appendages for locomotion. Cranium and vertebral column are cartilaginous. Cranium means brain box and vertebral column, that is which covers the spinal cord. So both the cranium as well as the vertebral column are made up of cartilage. So it is called as cartilaginous. Cyclostomes are marine. They only live in the sea water, but they migrate to fresh waters. So they migrate to fresh waters only at the time of spawning. So what do you mean by spawning means? So spawning means breeding. So they migrate to the fresh waters only for breeding purpose, and it is called as anadromous migration. So what do you mean by anadromous migration? Means migration from seawater to fresh water is called as anadromous migration, and after spawning within a few days they die. So after the breeding they die within a few days, and the larva, the name of the larva is called as ammosid larva. So the larva name is ammosid larva, and these larva grows, and after metamorphosis it returns to the ocean. So the larva remains in the fresh water, and after metamorphosis they migrate to the ocean. So examples are petromyzon, that is lamprey, and myxin, that is hagfish. So these are the examples of the class Cyclostomata. So the unique features of the class Cyclostomata are, they are poikilothermic and they are jawless aquatic vertebrates and are ectoparasites. The mouth is circular without jaws and suctorial. Cranium and vertebral column are cartilaginous. They are marine, but they migrate to freshwater at the time of spawning. The name of the larvae is ammosid larva. The larva after metamorphosis they return to the ocean. Example petromyzon and myxin. Next we will see about the division Gnathostomata. Gnathostomata includes species and tetrapod. The superclass species includes the cartilaginous fishes called as chondrichthyes, and another one is bony fishes called as osteichthyes. First we will see about the class chondrichthyes. So chondros means cartilage, ichthyes means fish. So they are cartilaginous fishes, that is the endoskeleton is made up of cartilage. So they are called as cartilaginous fishes. They are marine fishes with cartilaginous endoskeleton. And notochord is persistent, that is notochord continues throughout their life. The skin is very tough and it is covered by the dermal placoid scale. So the skin is very tough and it is covered by the dermal placoid scales. And the caudal fin is heterocercal. What do you mean by heterocercal? Means that is asymmetrical both externally and internally. That is, it cannot be divided into equal halves. That is called as asymmetrical. And the mouth is located on the ventral side, and the teeth are modified placoid scales. So here in this type of fishes the teeth are modified into placoid scales, and these placoid scales are backwardly directed. So they are directed backward, and their jaws are very powerful. So these fishes, the main unique feature is they have jaws. So in Cyclostomata we have seen that they are jawless fishes. They don't have jaw, but in case of chondrichthyes they have jaw. The mouth has jaws. So their jaws are very powerful and are predaceous animals. So what do you mean by predaceous? They are predators. They kill other animals and eat. That is, these fishes, it will kill the other smaller fishes and they will eat. That is called as predaceous. Predator means that is, it is the hunting animal, and prey means it is the animal which is eaten by the predator. And respiration is by lamelliform gills. So what do you mean by lamelliform? Means the gills are like the shape of the lamella or plate like. That is called as lamelliform gills. And without operculum. What do you mean by operculum? That is gill cover. You have seen in our fishes, the gill is covered by a operculum, that is gill cover, but it is absent in case of this chondrichthyes. And excretory organs are mesonephric. What do you mean by mesonephric? Means it is made up of mesonephric tubules. The kidney is very simple form in lower animals. That is called as, so these type of kidneys are present in the lower animals. That is mesonephric kidneys, which is made up of mesonephric tubules. And the heart is two-chambered. The heart is divided into two chambers. And cartilaginous fishes are ureotelic and store urea in their blood to maintain the osmotic concentration of the body fluids. So these fishes, the cartilaginous fishes, are ureotelic. What do you mean by ureotelic? So the excretory product of these fishes are urea. So they are called as ureotelic, and they store the urea in their blood to maintain the osmotic concentration of the body fluid. Next, they are poikilothermic, that is, they change their body temperature according to the change in the environment. If the environment is very cold, their body also become very cold. If the environment is hot, then the body temperature also becomes hot. This is called as poikilothermic. And viviparous, so they give birth to young ones and feed their young ones. That is called as viviparous. Sexes are separate, that is, separate male and female. In males, the pelvic fin bear the claspers. So the claspers aid in internal fertilization. So the claspers help in the internal fertilization. So examples are scoliodon, shark. That is, the common name for scoliodon is shark, and the common name for trigon is stingray, and priscus is the sawfish. In this picture you can able to see the examples of the chondrichthyes, that is cartilaginous fishes. So there are unique features. The unique features of the cartilaginous fishes are, they mainly have jaw, and the endoskeleton is made up of cartilage, and body is covered by placoid scales, and respiration is performed by lamelliform gills. Kidneys are mesonephric. They are poikilothermic animals, and they are viviparous. And the notochord also persist throughout their life. So these are the unique features of the class chondrichthyes. So till this we concluded the topic. Okay students, we'll continue the topic class ostrichthyes. So ostrichthyes, it also comes under the superclass Pisces. So ostrichthyes means, osteon means bone, and ichthyes means fish. So they are commonly called as bony fishes because their endoskeleton is made up of, that is, hard bone. So they are called as bony fishes. It includes the marine and freshwater fishes with bony endoskeleton and spindle shaped body. So these type of fishes, they live both in marine water as well as in freshwater, and their endoskeleton is bony. So they are called as bony fishes, and their body is spindle shaped, that is, it tapers at both the sides like a boat. So that is called as spindle shaped body, which helps in to tear the water in their movement. So that is the usage of spindle shaped body. And the skin is covered by, so if you take the skin, it is covered by ganoid, cycloid or ctenoid scales. So the skin is covered by ganoid, cycloid and ctenoid scales. Respiration is performed by 4 pairs of filamentous gills, and they have operculum, or otherwise called as gill cover. So respiration is performed by 4 pairs of filamentous gills, and it is covered by an operculum on either side, that is the gill cover. Air bladder is present with or without a connection to the gut. So air bladder is present, either it is connected to the gut or not connected to the gut. It helps in gaseous exchange, that is, the air bladder mainly helps in the gaseous exchange and for maintaining the buoyancy, that is, to float in water in most of the ray fin fishes. And they have a ventrally placed 2-chambered heart. So heart is ventrally placed, the heart is present, that is ventrally placed, and the heart is 2-chambered. Excretory organs are mesonephric kidneys. So it is made up of mesonephric tubules and are ammonotelic. What do you mean by ammonotelic? Means the excretory product of these animals or these fishes are ammonia. So if you take most of the aquatic animals, they will be excrete ammonia as the excretory product. So they are ammonotelic. And presence of well developed lateral line sense organs. So in the that is, what do you mean by lateral line? Means So you can able to see the lateral line on the fishes. So it is mainly acts as a sense organ. So only the fishes, even though they move in, that is clusters, they don't clash with one another because of the lateral line sense organ. Sexes are separate, that is separate male and female. External fertilization is seen, that is the male releases the sperms in the water and the female releases the egg in the water, and fertilization takes place in the water, that is called as external fertilization. And most forms are oviparous, that is most of these are egg laying. So most of these fishes are egg laying, that is oviparous. So if you take the examples of this, ostrich flying fish, seahorse, angelfish, carp. So these are the examples of the bony fishes. So the unique features are, so they have a bony endoskeleton, spindle shaped body. Body is covered by ganoid, cycloid or ctenoid scales. Respiration is performed by 4 pairs of filamental gills, and they have a operculum, that is gill cover. Air bladder is present, and heart is ventrally placed and it is 2 chambered. Excretory organs are mesonephric kidneys, and they are ammonotelic, that is excrete ammonia as a excretory product, and they have lateral line sense organs, and fertilization is external, and they are oviparous. So examples are exocoitus, that is commonly called flying fish, hippocampus commonly called seahorse, labio, that is commonly called rohu, katla, and echinus, that is suckerfish, and pterophyllum, that is angelfish. So these are the examples of the class ostrich. Okay students, we have completed the super class pisces. So we have seen today about the class Cyclostomata, which comes under Agnatha, and under Gnathostomata we have seen about the class Chondrichthyes and class Ostrich. Next we'll see about, then the next class will discuss about the superclass Tetrapoda. Thank you.